morning and welcome again on day 2 of my trip on the Canadian, going from Toronto to Vancouver. Today is Monday, September 6th, and it's also Labor Day in both in US and Canada, so many people must be off from the work. Last night, after signing off from my recording, I slept around 10 o'clock, and today morning I woke up at 5. Once the day started breaking in, I went to the dorm car. It was cloudy and then it started raining, so there was no sunrise. Hence, I came back to my seat and spent about an hour or so there. Afterwards, I ordered my breakfast, which is going to be savory tofu with some veggies, and I had a coffee and a small muffin. The only disadvantage of being in the economy class is there are no showers. So for next 3 more days I won't be able to have any shower. But I did have a change of clothes and stuff. But if someone is in the sleeper car, they can make a reservation for the shower. um, like I said last night, it depends on your personal preference how much money you want to spend. My journey so far, it's been almost 22 hours, and it's not as bad as it sounds. The seats are comfortable. My night sleep was not perfect, I would say, but certainly it was not terrible either. It was cold, but I had a blanket which I purchased yesterday on the train itself. We are still in Ontario province, and as you can see, the scenery hasn't really changed much since we left Toronto yesterday. But I have heard that as we go through Manitoba and Saskatchewan and other provinces such as Alberta and eventually British Columbia, we would be going through much more scenic and picturesque views, so which I will be sharing on my video. Until the time the scenery doesn't change to something other than the trees and the water bodies, lakes and rivers, I will keep enjoying the wilderness in Canada. It's an experience of its own. And now that fall is coming, at many places the trees and the leaves have started changing color, which looks very nice. A couple of minutes back I returned to my seat from the dining car, and my breakfast was already here. It has a muffin, 2 slices of orange, some butter, a packet of ketchup, and some tofu with potato and veggies. So now it's the time to eat. Right now I'm in this city called Sauk's Lookout, and this is known as the fishery town. It's not a huge city or like a big station. It's little chilly and little windy. You may be able to hear on my microphone. There's a small drugstore there. I'll just go and check out if there's anything to grab to eat later on the train. Just realized the store is closed because today is Labor Day. So that's the station, and my train is right behind the station building. Most of the people you're seeing, they are the passengers on my train. This entire town has a population of about 5,270 people. So not a big city or a big town, but certainly a major train stop for changing the engineers as well as um, getting on the supplies. I am back on the train now and I have come to the dome car to capture another view of the Sox Lookout. When the train stopped, we were told the stop will be for about 15 minutes, but right now it's almost 30 minutes, and it's probably because there is a freight train right across us on the left hand side, and that's why we are not moving. It may take another 10-15 minutes before we start proceeding further. This dome car is freezing cold. When I told the train crew to adjust the temperature, they told me that there is a kitchen right underneath, so if they change the temperature and make it higher, the kitchen area will be extremely hot. So that's the reason that everyone who is sitting in the dome car has to bundle up. I have my jacket on as well as I have the blanket which I purchased yesterday, and still it is cold because the cold air is blowing right from the vents on my left side. So we have finally departed Sox Lookout. This town is known for fishing, and you can see a huge lake right behind the trees. It's a very popular destination during summer. We are on our way to the first major stop on this journey, that is Winnipeg, and it may take us maybe 5 to 6 hours to get to Winnipeg depending on the traffic on the tracks. And we will be leaving Ontario finally after almost 1.5 days. Finally, I am in Winnipeg, the capital city of Manitoba. We are running about 2.5 hours behind the schedule, and the stop here is for 45 minutes where the train crew would change, as well as they will refill all the food and other supplies on the train. Since it is quite late in the night, I don't really have much to show around, but I will give some information about this city. So Winnipeg has a population of about 705,000 people. Winnipeg is also known as Gateway to the West. The reason being, Winnipeg is the connection between Eastern Canada and Western Canada. And the city was first discovered by Europeans in the year 1690. And the word Winnipeg means muddy waters. So now I'm here in Winnipeg. Have never been to this city before, but unfortunately it's so late in the night that there is nowhere I can go. In my opinion, this is the downtown Winnipeg because I see a lot of financial companies here. TD Bank, little far away, Robertson, Assin Point, Credit Union, Vavanessa. Most of the people you are seeing around me, they are the passengers on the same train that I am on. So I'm just roaming around outside the station. Don't want to go too far away because we only have 45 minutes and I don't want to get lost. The station name here at Winnipeg, it's also Union Station, the same station name that the downtown Toronto station has. This station is fairly basic and I don't see any coffee shop or even some kind of a small restaurant. The only things I see are some vending machines to the left, and I'll check if I can grab some kind of seltzer or sparkling water, which I didn't find on the train. There is no sparkling water, it's only soda and regular water and some snacks to munch on. This is how the sitting area looks like. There is a Winnipeg Railway Museum, but it's quite late in the night, so it will certainly be closed. Inside the Rail Union Station, tracks 1 and 2. The rates are fairly cheap, it's only $7. And in the picture, the museum looks nice, but only if I had come here during the regular hours, I would certainly have visited that. The station has some historic pictures. So the one which you are seeing right now, it's from the New Year's in the year 1921, and in the information on the right hand side it is written that these are the employees of this station who are celebrating the New Year at the station itself. There are several more photos there. I'm going to capture them really quickly. So this seems to be like a train car from the year 1923. The Union Station as it looked on January 1st, 1924, that is the New Year's. And there is a bird eye view from the year 1956. This picture is from the year 1915 and it shows the soldiers who gathered outside the Union Station in Winnipeg to go overseas and fight the First World War on behalf of United Kingdom. And finally, these are the two pictures from the year 1909 when the station was under construction, and the lower photo is from the year 1911 when the construction was complete. So this station is almost 110 years old. I am glad that I was able to see all these historic pictures here and learn something about the history of the station. Now I will capture a panoramic view of the roof of the station to show you how it looks like. Good evening. I have again come outside of the station to record the end of the second day of my journey on the Canadian. If I had been recording this video from inside the station, I would have to keep my mask on. Journey so far is a memorable one. We haven't got off the train except for twice. That is once at Sioux Lookout, which was earlier in the afternoon, and now at the Winnipeg station. The only thing which I have been little bit disappointed about is that I have not been able to see any stars over the course of last 2 days, even though we have been traveling through the wilderness. I don't know how the next 2 nights would be, but I really hope that I am able to do some stargazing while I am on the train. This is something which I was looking forward to very much to be able to see the stars, which we generally do not see because we live in the city and there is a lot of light pollution there. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed. And interestingly enough, I met a nice Indian couple about my age from Toronto, and they shared their dinner with me, and I had purchased some snacks earlier in the day, and I shared that with them. So it was very nice to meet an Indian family on the train, which I was not expecting, but it's a nice surprise. One more thing I would like to mention is when I got on the train in Toronto, and when the food service came along, I opened a tab with the train crew so that I don't have to keep paying every single time. And now, when the crew was changing here at Winnipeg, my tab was closed, and the total charges over the course of yesterday and today, it was about $96, which included 2 lunches, 1 breakfast, 1 dinner, 4 coffees, 1 pack of cashews, 2 packs of mini brownie bites, and 2 small muffins. Now the food is little expensive, but given that the food is freshly prepared on the train, I have no complaints. And I have seen a lot of people, including the Indian couple who I met, they have bought a lot of food with them to last for 3-4 days. I did not plan to bring any food, and that's how I'm surviving by having my 3 meals a day here on the train itself. So if you prefer, and if you are traveling in a larger group, I suggest it's better to bring food of your own. The only thing is there are no microwaves available, so whichever food items you plan on bringing, you have to eat it cold. So these are my 2 cents on the food service and the availability of food on the train. The time right now is 10:30 p.m. Central, and I have been in the station for about 20 minutes now. So I would like to end my day 2 of the journey here. As you may have seen earlier in the video, the scenery hasn't really changed much. It's mostly trees, some mountains, and water bodies. But now the expectation is, as the train goes through Canadian Rockies, the scenery would change. We may be able to catch a glimpse of snow, fall colors. So I'm really looking forward to the remaining 2 days of my journey. I would like to call it a night here. Thank you for watching the second day of my trip on the Canadian. Have a good night and be safe.